here's what we're going to do today. You weren't interested in the history, so we're going to do some competition elimination. We've got a couple of native plants up here that are being ousted by a non-native plant called Genesta or broom, and we're going to go have a competition to get rid of the competition. Along the way, you may see some mushrooms. Point them out to me because I'll hopefully identify them for you. For each new mushroom that you can find individually, I'll give you 5 bonus points. Yay. All right? How many of you do not recognize poison oak? Poison oak is right behind us. Oh. Up against that oak tree, can you see those smooth reddish-brown stems? That's poison oak without any leaves. Look down here in the foreground. Can you see those nice, shiny green leaves right there on the smooth reddish-brown stem? That's new poison oak. When poison oak gets really old and it starts to fall, the leaves start to fall off, it could be yellows, oranges, and reds. The best way to avoid poison oak? Don't touch it. Walk in the middle of the trail. The answer I heard from guys out in the valley was, a weed is something the cows won't eat. I like that. Yeah. So anyway, the cows won't eat this. Nobody eats it. So you're going to help to get rid of it. And there's a lot of it, so we do this all the time. So, I'm going to take the lead. Follow me.
Oh. Hello! What you
And it's been a very fast 5 years. Every chance I get.
Thank you for listening. There's the animal kingdom, there's the plant kingdom, and then there's the kingdom of fungi.
Hey, what are mushrooms?
Mushrooms. All mushrooms typically have a cap and a stalk. But the group of fungi, or fungi, can be very, very different. They all have the same job. They decompose plant and animal material and freeing up nutrients. Nature's recyclers. If you hold them like this, you get slimy hands. This mushroom has this one has a cap and a stalk, and you can see the gills are coming down the stalk. This is called a pine spike. Crogophis vinicolor. This one's actually edible, but people will dry it and then reconstitute it and use it for soups and sauces. This one has a cap and a stalk, but it doesn't have gills. It has pores underneath, like tubes. The spores, the seed of the mushroom actually drop out through the gills or through the spores. This one's called the slippery jack. Look at how slimy it is. But this is an edible mushroom. But if you can get the really good ones, why bother with this? This one, yum. This is really neat. This is Helvella lacanosa, the fluted black elephant saddle. So you can see the grooves or the flutes on the gray stem. And as it grows up, this is still part of the stem, but it changes into a leathery-like saddle. The spores on this are on the outside, and the wind will will distribute them. This one is edible, but unless you parboil it and discard the water, and parboil it and discard the water, it's like rocket fuel, and it'll make you really, really sick. Morels are the same way, so you have to parboil those before you cook them. This is a great home to silverfish and spiders. There was a cricket on it. All kinds of things like to hide in there. All 3 of these are edible. But there are other mushrooms around here that are so much better. Why bother?
How would someone have known that you could eat those?
Trial and error. And studying with somebody that really knows. We don't want them setting seed. We want to get them out of here like this. Now, we will have a competition. We're going to keep track of the numbers.
Well, we only have one class, so...
That's okay. They're competing against each other.
They're competing against each other. You need to know what it looks like. It looks like this.
What is this one?
You've got to pick a minimum of 10 of these and bring them to me, and I will put them in my skirt. Yes, 10 of them.
Look at the size of this one. Pick it.
It looks like this.
Another one. Pick it.
Okay, I'm picking broom because it invades native plants and it's bad.
Cool. Can you show us what it looks like?
That's called footsteps of spring.
Ah, so those look like babies, huh?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
We'll find the better one. You like it? Don't worry about this.
Look at all this broom. Good job.
Yes, you get get special recognition for having one of the tallest ones. Can you bend that in half and then we'll put it in our bag? $150 per Frank.
Nice.
So, Sean and Frank are tied in first place.
How does it feel to have gotten so much broom today?
It felt good.
How does it feel like you guys are tied?
My hands hurt.
Your
I
hands
can't
hurt.
feel my hands.
Yeah, I know.
My homo jacket's wet.
No.
Well, you guys have been doing a great service.
This one's growing out of the pine cone. That's another type of mycena. I had some growing out of the roof in my garage.
Would they not be here if it weren't so wet lately? Is that what's happening?
They're going to be here because it's wet.
Cool, look at that little baby.
You know the trick, don't you?
Good find. Thank you. And what type, can you tell me what type of mushroom that is? Remember?
Porcini.
Look at that beauty.
And that is solid.
Woo!
She found a 1,000-point mushroom.
What thousand?
This one, the scientific name is Boletus edulis. Remember when I said, you remember the slippery jacks? And I said, you know, they are edible, but why bother if you can find the good ones? This is the good one. There are probably 3 mushrooms in the world that are just the tops. Everybody likes chanterelles. Everybody, well, most people like truffles, but everybody loves porcini. In France, it's called cep. In Germany, it's Steinpilz. In England, it's the penny bun, because you can buy a baked bun for about a penny that's the same color as this. In the United States, we call this the king bolete. This is the best of all mushrooms around.
The filet mignon of mushrooms.
So you'll
It's
be
the
taking
filet
that
mignon
one
of
home, I
mushrooms.
assume.
And I promised Helen that I'm going to make her some wild mushroom cookies, and I'll bring them by the school, and maybe the class can share some.
Okay.
And I get it. This one was growing on the roots of this pine tree right here. It's called a cauliflower fungus.
Smells awesome.
And this one is really good in casseroles. You do them with scalloped potatoes. It's good with tomatoes.
Seriously?
It's good. Oh, yeah. Put it in a crock pot, slice it up, put it in a crock pot with chicken and onions and potatoes and carrots. This is an absolutely delicious mushroom. Not like that one. This is probably 100 points bonus. That's 1,000 for finding one like that. Hi! I love to walk in the rain, and I actually get paid for this.
Yay!